Okay, so we can't enjoy a thing for what it is. So the obvious follow-up question is, we need to know what's next. So, talk a bit about your expectations of what you see sort of to come when it comes to the functionality of FedNow.
Ab- Absolutely. So, it started with, credit transfer, receive, a couple banks doing send. We were sending a couple credits. We did, as I mentioned, a couple requests for payments to a new endpoint that's on the FedNow network, which was great to see, to build that capability out. But I think across both networks, right, we're still early in both of the networks being used primarily as a credit transfer system. So, right, all the banks at a minimum or credit transfer receive endpoints. There's a few banks between both networks that are sending credits. So hopefully that continues to grow and we see more traffic and more use cases being sent. But there's even fewer banks that are actually doing requests for payments in production. Using it for things like e-bills or e-invoices, or even using a request for payment to underpin use cases like e-commerce and point of sale, right, in the future, right? And then using that technology to provide instant payments to something that can be a nice alternative to other options in the market. So I think, it's going to be a waved and tiered adoption, in my opinion. We still, as I mentioned, have over 9,000 banks to go just to get them on one or both networks to be endpoints of the receive credit transfer, right? To get to a point where we can say as an industry and as a country that all of our accounts are eligible to get a payment 24/7, 365 instantly. That alone is a pretty steep mountain to climb, but we're going to get there gradually through working a lot of the TPSPs and bankers, banks, and technology providers. What I think is going to be really great is once we actually start getting more adoption on the request for payment side, right? When we start seeing a lot of the banks, especially the ones that are the retail banks owning the consumer experience, roll that capability out, because that's when it kind of really touches people in their day-to-day lives, right? You can get an email on their phone, you can make a payment, you can control your cash flow, you can really manage that liquidity, and it actually gives the account holder more access and control over their funds.